So this question is coming from number 9 and the application problem set. It's a very similar question to help look at what is number 9 asking us. So number 9 is about a loan. And if you look in the readings, the information on loans, there are some loan formulas that are given you directly from the textbook. So definitely take a look at the textbook. We are on page 239 in chapter 6 on finances. And this is the formula that we utilize for loans, where P is the balance in the account at the beginning, and that's important. It's the principal of the loan. So that's not your interest charges or anything else. It's just the amount of money you're borrowing. Your payment is your loan payment. So $100 a month, $1,000 a month. That's what PMT stands for. My R is my annual interest rate. It has to be in terms of annual. Remember that time unit is so important, and it has to be a decimal. K is the number of compounding periods in 1 year. Here is a great hint. If it is monthly, it's 12. If it's quarterly, it's 4. If it's annually, it's 1. So it's how many times you're making those payments in 1 year. And then T is the length of the loan. So let's look at this example question. This is, like I said, this is like question 9. So you can afford a $200 per month car payment. So my PMT is going to be $200. That's my car payment. I get a loan at 3% interest for 60 months or 5 years. So my rate is 0.03 because I'm going to move that decimal place 2 times to the left, okay? Now, I'm doing this monthly. So we said when we do monthly, K is 12 over the course of 5 years. So over the course of 5 years, how many payments am I going to make for the total life of the loan? I'm going to say 5 times 12, or I can also 5 times 12, which would be the number of payments that I have. So 5 years. Or we could also look at 5 times 12, but we're going to use 5 years here. So I'm going to start filling the formula, and here is the thing. This formula can be very ugly to look at. Again, we're looking at this formula on loans, and I'm going to be plugging into this directly. It can be very ugly to look at. The wonderful thing is that we have Web 2.0, and it will help us enter this properly. So I have a $200 payment times 1 minus 1 plus 0.03. My rate is a decimal, and I want to get that monthly rate in there. And I'm going to have negative 5 times 12, because K is 12, 5 is my years, divided by my rate, divided by 12, divided by K. So again, this is really not a pretty thing to look at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it just like that, exactly like that. And I'm going to go to the Web 2.0 calculator. And I'm going to have 200. And notice my open parenthesis. That's just going to help it know that it's a fraction. A lot of times when we're in the financial chapter, the entry in Web 2.0 can be the absolute trickiest thing. What's important to know is that each time we do a fraction, we use a separate set of parentheses. And that each time we have a numerator and a denominator, we have another set of parentheses. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So I need one more set of closing parentheses. Divided by 0.03 divided by 12. Okay. So when I do that, let's see what it does. Sometimes it'll give me a nice thing at the top, but apparently it's not wanting to do that today. It's doing a lot of thinking. All right, so what that should give you, since it's still thinking, I'm going to let you know. That should give you 11,120. It seems like my internet might be stuck. So this is what I get for my principal. This is the principal that I'm borrowing. To finish out the question that's like number 9 also asks you some additional information. It says, so this is how big of a loan I could afford is $11,200. How much total money will I pay the loan company? While that seems like they may be asking you a very mathy question, they're not. I'm paying 200 payments over 60 months. That's all that means. 200 payments over 60 months, which is going to be $12,000. That's the total amount that I'm paying the loan company. So if this is what I'm paying them and this is what I borrowed, to find the amount of interest, I'm just going to do 12,000 minus 11,120, and that's going to give me 880. So this is what I'm paying in interest. This is what my total payment to the loan company is. And this is what I'm borrowing. So A, B answer, C answer. So the key here is going to be using the proper loan formula and then plugging into the loan formula. Again, making sure that rate is going to be entered as a decimal and then going into the Web 2.0 calculator to do the calculations. It's still thinking, but you can screenshot this really quick. I'm going to open parentheses, put in my payment, open parentheses, 1 minus every time, open parentheses, 1 plus, and then your actual rate divided by your K is going to go in here. You close parentheses 4 times, divided by my rate, divided by my K, in its own set of parentheses. So I hope this video has been helpful. I know this question can be challenging, but I think we can all do this and we can all work together to do well in the course.